But still, I feel like I'm going insane without Trino being here in Bose. We've been fighting since we were kids, so it's not weird not having him around. And though he's a business rival, we seem to have this strange sense of solidarity. I'm actually pretty proud of the fact that the two of us built up trade like we have in Bose. Heh, although I'm sure if he heard this, he'd laugh off at the notion. Who starts a sentence with a random person with, but still? Like, have you ever, when you've met a random, like a first-time person, you've been like, yeah, but the way I see it, or the more I think about it, or, you know, like, what? Who talks like that? I really hope this city will settle down soon. The stock market's cooling down, and at this rate, I'm going to show a big deficit this month on my financial report. And just when I had beaten out the Trinos last month, too. Holy moly, you two are made for each other. That's incredible. Just yammering on about stocks and what the heck. I wonder when I should tell my parents about wanting to enter the Royal Academy. Unfortunately, right now doesn't seem to be a good time. And they're talking about stocks again. Ugh. I just want to make an art portfolio, man. I don't want to do, like, stock portfolio. Ugh. Okay, well now I'm confused. Well, confused and confused. So our clue is we go to Valleria Lakeshore, which, hey, the one place we haven't been to. Well, actually, you know, if we're talking about main story, we haven't been to Naval Valley or Valleria Lakeshore, so it was a toss-up which one it would be. But I'm, you know, not even a side quest has taken us to Valleria yet, so not super surprised we're going there. Now, where is this Lana? Did we check every place? We walked in here, we dicked around. There was this going on over here. Yeah, they weren't robbed. Then here's this lovely couple. They do not have a freebooter hanging out here called Lana. We are South Block. Yes, Bose South Block. Oof, camera spins. Is there a house I've missed? Oh my god, there super is. For some reason, I completely ignored everything over here. Which, okay, actually is just one building. That was just a path back to the North Block. Okay, well, let's go see. And if Lana isn't this lady right here, I'm gonna freak out. Oh, it is! Yay! Hoo-ha! Hoo-hoo! I had a very important ring taken by them. I don't care if it's the army or the Bracer Guild. I just want to see those burglars caught. If these sky bandits are on the loose, I don't think I can live without being in fear every day. I wonder if my dad will come home soon. My mom looks really upset about something. Oh, poor kid. So we didn't get a huge, like, clue here on what to do, even though we found Lana, so we know who to bring the ring to. But we did find out that it's related to this main quest, so in effect, I do believe, if I remember correctly, I'm suddenly getting, like, this memory part. So I just had, like, this ping of, like, right, didn't this, like, resolve in the next area we go to, like, the next big area to explore? And I think it does. Like, this side quest is actually tied to the main quest, since we're after the burglars in the main quest, and it's the same burglars who are in the side quest, so, yeah. Yeah, we'll think about it, but now let's head for that lakeshore. I think we almost got there one time, but then, you know, we got, well, we didn't get anything. We went to fight the turtle. That was our goal. That's why we were there, and we got the turtle killed, so there was no point going to the lakeshore at that point. Alright, that new armor, by the way, getting some work in already. Only 20 damage? Alright. Although, actually, these roly-polies should be really low level by now, I think. So I feel like it could have actually been even less than 23 damage. Although it all just healed there with that lucky heal, so,
Seems you came up short.
Well, we didn't hear him here yet, but Olivier's in the party again, and as I mentioned in an earlier episode, there's Troy Baker on the job. Classic big-name voice actor, and he's very good at his job. like a lot of his work. I've spoken highly of him, obviously, when we played Vesperia. And I'm sure he's actually been somewhere else, because he's just that prolific. In this interim between me playing Vesperia and now that we ran into Troy Baker again, there's been a little bit of stuff with him, and I felt like I do need to mention that my lavish praise ignored for a second. Ooh, look at the size of this area. Sick. That's awesome. And that only cost 20? Gosh darn. Awesome. Yeah, I think I need to do a little bit of, like, commentary here because, you know, I feel like kind of a heel if someone acts a little lame and then I've been, like, seeing their praises previously. Gotta take one of these guys. There we go. So, first of all, I'll just mention this in passing because this was already a deal, I think, already by the time I was playing Vesperia. So, he was being a little goofy, overprotective of, like, Last of Us 2. Like, well, he was responding kind of goofily to critique about Last of Us 2. He posted that Roosevelt quote, if anyone knows, the one about the man in the arena. And that's a little embarrassing, admittedly. I think that's not the first time he's been, like, kind of thin-skinned like that. It's a little embarrassing to be that way about, like, a big, giant blockbuster game like that, to, like, be like, no, but you guys, at least we, you know, tried. I haven't commented on that previously, because I feel like, on some level, I understand, because I am a little bad at, you know, critique coming my way, so I might also, even if I worked on, like, a high-profile thing, which seems like a complete impossible pipe dream, I feel like it would get to me. I feel like if you're as huge a person as Troy Baker, you do have some responsibility of how you, conduct yourself. But again, like, that's not a huge breach in my mind.
99.
Oh, he's so dreamy. Oh. It's a little eye-rolling, like, come on, Troy. Come on, Mr. Baker. Like, you made it already, so like, maybe you can, like... Maybe you can just, like, you know, let a little critique come your way, okay? And the game's gonna be a giant hit. And it was, obviously. A little more serious, unfortunately, was that he got wrapped up in the NFT business here a while ago. And that's what prompted me to have this, like, awkward conversation here right now, because I haven't gone super hard off on NFTs. I kind of wanted to just ignore the whole thing, because it's just stupid. But, like, obviously, just to dispel any, like, any misperception anyone might have, I think NFTs are not good. They're, for the most part, a scam. Even the people who, like, seem to have run something more legit, who are like, no, but this NFT actually, has, like, transferal of copyright when you buy these, like this one's more legit, versus the ones that are literally comparable to those buy a star programs from back in the day. Even those best corner case people, I like. It sounds scummy, and it's bad for the environment, and whatever intentions there are, it's mainly being used as a pyramid scheme, and there's, like, a million ways that what NFTs are trying to do, like, you know, all that, like, be all the like ulterior nice thinking going on there. Ulterior is the wrong word, but, like, all the hype that NFT people give you on, like, what the applications could be, there's ways that those can be done without them, and that they've been done. I'm rather leery of anyone who's still championing NFTs at this point. Enter Troy Baker, who was trying to make voice NFTs for a while, where you could buy an NFT for his voice, we used in conjunction with, like, these synthesizing programs, so you could, like, use his, basically use his voice. You could own his voice somehow. Except, once again, obviously you don't own his voice if if this NFT existed, which I don't know if that even happened, if it worked, like, you wouldn't own his voice. And,
Enjoy the show.
and specifically, by the way, this is how it was described to me, that it's not like you're buying voice clips of him, which once again is just eye-rolling. And also just digital ownership, once again, also kind of grows me out, like, come on. But again, even if you want to go that route, you can do it. It's been done with, like, Second Life and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm going all over the place. Man, I'm just going off now on this topic. Yeah, that's how it was sold by, when it was described by what Mr. Baker was getting involved in, was that he wanted to sell, like, basically his voice to be used in, like, a synthetic, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but basically, like, create, like, what the tech that people are working on are, like, creating, like, using computers to generate, like, dialogue using existing voice samples of people. Vocaloids, kind of, I guess. But, like, more lifelike, I guess. So he was pushing that. There was a brief time he was pushing that, and he did double down on it for a while. I definitely remember that initially when people were like, dude, you should not get involved in this. There was a moment when Mr. Baker was like,
Enjoy the show.
Mr. Baker was like, you know, just like be like, no, you guys don't get it. It's like really, it's gonna be revolutionary and super important. And I don't know if he had drank the Kool-Aid and really believed the revolution of NFTs, or if he was really gross, which is just he was part of the pyramid scheme there. I wanna hope it's the latter one part. I think we've learned in this day and age that you need to always be a little leery of when a celebrity kind of does something questionable about that. But, like, I want to believe the best of the guy. But yeah, he, like, tried to, like, sell it as, like, no, but you see, what's cool about this is, like, you know, people can't afford, you know, not every project can afford me to, like, be a voice actor in their thing, because, like, he's a very big name now. Like, if not that even the biggest names of voice actings are, like, some kind of $1 million Tom Cruises or anything, but, like, you can see that there's tiers of, like,
Seems you came up short.
tiers of voice actor name bigness. Still, and like small. What he was arguing was, like, small projects could, like, you know, they could buy this synthetic version of me, and they could have my voice in their project, and it would be, you know, affordable. And like for like about 2 seconds, I'm like, yeah, that's a lovely thought. Before I read all the comments from, like, a bunch of other people involved in the voice acting business who are like, that would make it even more difficult for up-and-coming voice actors, you know, the kind of people who work on these smaller projects, because they are affordable for these smaller projects, and that tends to be how they break into the business. That would make it even more harder for them, because it's very hard to become a voice actor right now. It's a very saturated market, and if you could just, like, buy cheap versions of big name voice actors being synthesized by a computer, you know, when do you need these new talents then at that point? So yeah, that was a very, very, like, poorly thought out argument once that came down. And yeah, I have to say, I did not feel great about the NFT phase of Mr. Baker here. I'll do this cutscene and we'll get back to that in a second. So, this is the north shore of Valleria Lake, huh? It certainly seems peaceful and quiet around here. The inn doesn't look too shabby either. I stayed here once before when I was in the area on another job. The wine's great, the rooms are nice, pretty much what you'd expect from a place like this. Too bad this isn't a pleasure trip.
You mean it's not? I at least intended to toss my cares to the wind for a while. Taking cat naps in a rocking boat by day, and filling my belly with food and wine by night? Oh, heaven. This is what a vacation is all about. Come on, everyone, I was just joking. We can enjoy a vacation anytime, but now is the only time we can enjoy taking care of some would-be thieves. Even I, Olivier Lenheim, know enough to get my priorities straight.
I don't think this has anything to do with enjoyment or not. Well, whatever. As long as he does his share of the work he's here to do. Let's see if we can find the old man staying here that loves fishing. The guest who said he saw some suspicious individuals here 2 nights ago, right? Yeah, let's do that. So hopefully we can heal up here, so I don't need to use any of my items. So, a button on the NFT Troy Baker subject real quickly here. He has since, apologized and backtracked, because I think he eventually listened to his podcast hosts. He does a podcast with, I don't remember who the other 2 guests are. The other 2 co-hosts. I don't remember, unfortunately, who they are, but they were like, Troy, WTF, mate? Let's back this up a little bit, and they did eventually do an episode where he basically was like, I've been explained better about the problems with NFTs, and I'm sorry, my intentions were good. He said his intentions were good, but again, dude, that's just his word to go by here. He still did do that, of course. So he has backed down on that, and so I'm not really saying, despite my words here for Mr. Baker, I'm not actually saying he is like the worst faux pas that a celebrity has done, or even a voice acting celebrity. Although I will say NFTs are a problem. Like I gave my statement, I'm against them. And I do think that things like that do need to be called out so that they don't have a chance to balloon into being an even bigger problem. So the backlash, I think, was deserved. What I'm saying is, I think maybe we can let him off the hook. But, also, I think I'm here saying that I'm guilty of this all the time, especially with voice actors, but we should try to avoid, once again, falling into celebrity worship. Troy Baker, for a while, seemed like, what an amazing guy. But these stories come out about him, his thin-skinnedness, and this NFT business, and it's he's human too then, I guess. We gotta remember that he's a fallible person. Again, these are not serious problems, but again, just cut down on the worship, I think. I did this as much for myself as for anyone else. He's a great voice actor. I still think he should probably still I'm still looking forward to his work, obviously. We just talked about him in, just is coming 2 months later. We talked about Mr. Baker in our TMNT stream from the summer, and I praised his ability to be both Batman and the Joker. So the guy's good, and I hope he still works. But a little lesson in celebrity worship there, I guess. And a little apology from me if I've been very fawning over him in some earlier stuff once again. I don't know. Anyway, let's pop in here to this lakeshore. We got a little bit of episode time here, 10 minutes or so, yeah. Welcome to the Kingfisher Inn. Please let me know if you would like to stay. Well, first I want to rest up real quick. 80! Ah! You're squeezing me here, you're squeezing me. 80, whatever the money was. Mira, that's the one. That's more than the 60, which was the last place. Ugh. Oh, here's okay. I was there's no shops here, no cooking. Welcome to the Kingfisher Inn. Are you all here to stay? Let's see. Yes and no. How should I put it? We're here looking for a certain someone. Is there a guest staying here who loves to fish? Well, pretty much everybody who stays here loves to fish. We heard he was a friend of the old man who stayed here yesterday. Do you have any clue who that might be? Oh, are you talking about Old Man Kuwano? If you're talking about his fishing buddy, then I think you must mean Lloyd. Lloyd? I've heard he's a professional angler who came all the way here from the Royal City. Seems as though he's a member of the Fisherman's Guild there. He sounds like a pretty amazing guy. Do you know where we might be able to find him? Heh, he's out dropping a line somewhere, of course. If I remember right, he should be out on the back pier.
Alright, we'll drop by there then, but first let's see what he's got going. Oh my god, so much food, which is all made out of fish, obviously. So we're gonna get one of everything and just eat this. Ooh, I missed the miso carp. Hold on. Let's see, deep-fried smelt. A small, lightly battered, Eastern-style fried fish. Boiled miso carp. An Eastern-style river fish boiled in sweet and spicy miso. Some grilled rainbow. A salted grilled fish. Simple but a true delicacy. Rainbow trout, if someone's like, oh, do you eat a rainbow? Gah. Rockfish skewer. A river fish cooked over an open fire. Scrumptiously firm. Finally, some salmon moiniere. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. A fish dish rich in flavor, locked in with a buttery glaze. Goodness. This all sounds... Well, actually, I'm not huge on fish, but I'm sure these are probably actually really nice. What was I thinking? Oh, yeah. Fish dish rich is definitely a tongue twister. Good heavens. First. So what did these all do, by the way? Like, in like terms of gaming? Oh no, they're all just like single heal items. Okay. And the Meunier heals like 600, so I'm gonna assume it's gonna take a lot of supplies to make it. There we go. Also, I'm gonna assume, yeah, we're gonna need fish for all of them, so that's gonna be a little tricky. Tiger rockfish! Sorry, it just sounds really funny. Yeah, the salmon Meunier eats up quite a bit of supplies, as you can see. No surprises there, being a 600 HP healer. These ones only eat up salt, which isn't too bad. And then, of course, gotta have the fish, which I'm gonna assume is a little harder to get. Ooh, we gotta buy some miso. I've seen that on sale. How's the smelt? The smelt's the smallest one, so... What's weird is that this is the same as the milk crepe when it comes to healing, but I guess it's a difference of what supplies are available. So it's gameplay-wise, it's like redundant. Flavor-wise, you know, getting into the scene-wise, this is actually nice, like, kind of, you know, adds a little bit to the game again. Very nice. Very nice. My mother and I come here every year on vacation around this time. It's a tradition in our family. My mother seems to look forward to it every time. I kind of feel bad for my father, though, as he always gets left behind. Oh, really? I wonder why that is. Whoa, look at this! There's two characters called Elke. You don't see that often in like an RPG or actually any game, unless it's like a story point or a gag or something, that there's people with the same name. But yeah, the child in Lana's house who we're finding that ring for was also called Elke. So, I don't hate it, but like, that just surprised me. The Kingfisher Inn in Bose and the Maple Leaf Inn in Zeiss are my favorite places to stay. Alright, we'll try to remember. What was the other place called? Sorry. Maple Leaf Inn. Alright, gonna go for those maple leaves, Oh god, we're gonna go to Zeiss and I'm gonna do so many awful Canadian accents now just because of that one line, the maple leaf thing. There are some fishing rods propped against the rack. Oh. Looked like, honestly, bows at first. I was like, huh. Oh man, the rustic charm of this place is very diggable. Oh, you can... Wow, they actually modeled this little balcony here to walk around on. Well, we are close to the end of episode. I wonder if we should talk to the guy. If I remember correctly, we don't immediately jump into crazy action when talking to this guy. So, okay, everybody. I had to put a little skip there. Sorry, bit of a critical interruption came up. I had to take care of something here, and don't worry, we're still gonna wrap up the end of the episode by chatting up this guy right here. I walked this far before the video. I had to. Well, the video didn't bork itself because you're still watching it, but like I had to. The recording session borked itself. So yeah, let's see if this is the guy we're looking for, Mr. Lloyd. Well, we got a cutscene, so that's promising. Excuse me? Are you the man named Lloyd who's from the Royal City? Wow, he's really focused. He's tuned everything out of his mind but fishing.
Looks like this is where my skills come into play.
What are you...
Just sit back and enjoy.
Olivier leaned over, and with a smile that left all kinds of things up to interpretation, blew into the man's ear. Oh!
Oh my goodness, what in the... This is getting a little spicy. Who are you kids? Where did you come from?
That was a dirty trick to play on him, Olivier. Yeah, that was pretty low.
How do you do this evening, good sir? We tried calling out at you a moment ago, but we could see that, like a true professional, your attention was fixed upon your task.
You're Lloyd, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. But how did you know my name?
We heard from a certain old man about you. Do you have some time you could spare to speak with us?
I see. So you heard of Mr. Guano, did you? Yeah, I saw that strange pair about 2 nights ago.
I knew it. Could we get you to fill us in a little more on the details?
For that, are you all bracers or something? Is this somehow related to some sort of crime?
We can't say for sure, but there does appear to be a possibility.
Gotcha. In that case, I'll do what I can to help you out. It was the other night when I was out fishing on my boat. I was returning to the inn, dead tired after a day of battling it out with this lake's guardian. It had gotten late into the night, and it was about time when everyone at the inn was asleep in their beds.
Now hold on a minute. What do you mean by this lake's guardian? Yeah, that sounds ominous. I need elaboration. Is it just a big-ass fish? That's an epic name for a big fish, I'll give him that much.
I'm glad you asked. The Guardian is a giant salmon that swims the murky depths of Valleria Lake. It has been the feared king of the waters among fishing lovers for over a decade.
Oh crap, I shouldn't have asked. It looks like you've thrown a log onto the maniac's fire.
Is it really that huge of a fish like you say? You bet your last mira it is. And I've been chasing the darn thing for the last 5 years of my life. It comes and goes in different parts of Valleria Lake and changes its feeding spots on a whim. I heard from a buddy of mine that it had appeared in these parts, so I came a-running from the Royal City. Heh, now that's what I call passion. I can completely understand where you're coming from. Whenever I find something I like, I stop at nothing until I get a hold of it. For example, a bottle of Grand Chardonnay and such.
In your case, steal it is more accurate. How about we get back to our story? So, Lloyd, what happened when you came back from fishing that night?
Oh, right. I had returned to the boat and was on my way into the inn, when I saw an odd couple head out onto the road from the grounds behind the building.
Onto the road? In the middle of the night?
Yep, no doubt about it. They headed out on the New Ansel path. At first I thought they were a group of people visiting from the city, heading back home. But it was way too late for something like that, and when I asked at the inn the next day, nobody knew a thing about it. Thought maybe I'd seen a couple of ghosts or something then.
Ghosts? There are ghosts that come out here?
Just so you know, the 2 I saw were a young couple. They might have been two lost souls who committed a double suicide after not being accepted by those around them.
Aw, don't tell me anymore! Oh, brother. A bracer that's afraid of ghosts. The guild is doomed. Not to mention her habit of always wanting to hear more ghost stories and other bizarre stuff.
Now, isn't your being scared attractive in its own right, Estelle? Not sexy, but cute nonetheless. Like a little kitten shivering in the cold.
You'd better watch out because this little kitten bites.
Well, I was just kidding about the ghost part. but the couple did in fact seem to be one with a purpose and reason. I say this because the girl was wearing some rather odd clothing.
What do you mean by that?
I only saw her from behind, so I couldn't say for sure, but it looked to me like she was wearing some kind of school uniform.
A school uniform? It couldn't be. It wasn't one from the Genus Royal Academy, was it?
Wow, you really know your stuff, kid. You betcha. My niece goes theirs as well, and it looked exactly the same as the one she wears.
I see. This whole event just got a lot more interesting. It's her! I know it's that lying tomboy for sure! We're finally onto her trail!
Wait, so she's an acquaintance of yours? And while you're at it, tell the two of them not to fret and rush into anything they'll regret later on. If my mind isn't failing me, I could have sworn they said something about coming again tonight.
Is that true?
Yep, we'll meet back here in 2 days, is what the young man said. His tone seemed rather serious, so I couldn't help but think on it.
Well, that's understandable. We appreciate the valuable information. Just leave the rest up to us. We won't let them get into any more trouble than they already are.
That's a little ominous, but of course, it's a very double meaning there. I appreciate it.
Oh, I see. Well, that's a relief to hear. I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders now. Now that that is off my chest, I feel like taking a boat out and fishing again. Well, there's no time to lose. I'll leave you youngins to your work.
Look at him speed off.
Man, I don't even measure up when it comes to that fishing nut. He mentioned something about a fisherman's guild too. I wonder what kind of group that is.
So how is this couple involved with the missing airliner incident exactly? If you don't mind telling me, that is?
Well, in a nutshell, Shara explained that they encountered Josette in Roland.
I see. That seems to be the person in question, all right. Which means that tonight is the night, huh?
Yeah, it looks like we should probably get a room just in case. We're gonna be in for a late night tonight. Alright, let's go ask the receptionist about a room.
Groovy. I think this is still an incredibly weak lead, but at least there's something fishy, pun not intended, but there you go, going on here at Valleria Lake, so I'm sure this is worth spending a night here investigating. Why the heck not? So, but we're going to leave that for next time, because now we are basically done for the day. So next time, be sure to tune in and find out what exactly goes on at night here at Valleria. We will be looking into that. Catch you all then, everybody. Bye-bye!